Hi, Warriors. I want to start with some active trades. So I've been prepping you guys for a while to look to sell this rally in silver and gold. And gold got to 50% retrace here, a little bit above it, 41.33, starting to give up some ground. If you were in the room, you'll see the silver short that I took at 51.20. You have 30 cents now if you want to take it. I'm thinking this could turn into a reversal day. So, but do take partials. You also now have the option to tighten up your stop to the high of the day, where you have like maybe a nickel risk on your remainder if you want to see if it turns into a runner. So I'd like to see it crack this nine. It's a 1 hour chart, 9 day. But ideally, if it turns out to be a failing rally, I'd like to see it lower on the day. So anyway, take partials. You never go broke taking profits. Gold looks to have maybe been the better one. It's acting weaker, but I was betting on the potential of a turn in the gold silver ratio. Remember when we had this first wave up here? And this looks like a little corrective ABC. And if this gold silver ratio could dig its heels in, we could have like call this A, and I'm not an Elliottician, I'm dangerous, B, and they get something like this from wherever the turn happens, maybe up towards 90 this time. And that should be it. And that should probably be the time to load up on silver again and take some of your gold off. So that's what's happening in metals. Yesterday or Sunday night, I got flat euro because I just didn't like the action. The market tell was that euro didn't sell off during risk off last week. So it's possible again we're back into the scenario where bad news we'll see is bad news for everything, that the dollar could go down and U.S. dollar denominated assets could also go down. So just something to keep an eye on. Yesterday, I talked about the possibility that we could get down towards this 98 level. So, short side of the dollar looks good. Didn't accommodate me with any kind of rally. I just had to reverse yesterday. Also, I thought that the end was going to take out the stops over the high. Still hasn't been able to do it, but I'll see if I can be patient for that as well. Sometimes just having silver on, which is working, is enough. You don't have to be right on 5 different markets a day. Here's the truth. It only takes one. So let's take a look at S&Ps and NASDAQ. What I could say is NASDAQ was weaker on the decline and a little weaker on the recovery because NASDAQ got to just above the 61.8 level. We'll see what kind of pullback. I'm imagining that we get some type of pullback, maybe even to fill the gap that the S&Ps left yesterday, where you get some, even if you're bullish, a pullback for two, and then go again. If you're a bear, you're looking for an ABC. And there's a lot of talk, and I think, really NVIDIA's the market, right, guys? So I think NVIDIA's earnings are next week. And NVIDIA recovered pretty good yesterday, but look, starting to give it back. Like I said, we have confirmed lows all over the place before this big rally. Um, Take a look at Palantir recovered yesterday. It's not giving up as much, but it didn't recover as much. So I don't know. I look at this and I don't know, it's not a bullish chart to me. And I look at NVIDIA, so maybe it's only the stocks that Michael Berry is short is going to work. The last thing is we know natural gas has really been a superstar, but crude looks like it wants to come out of here too. Looks like a right shoulder. Here's nat gas. All it did was come back to fill the gap. And WTI, starting to come out. ABC is starting to come out. kind of like the euro. There's a pretty good technical case for at least, 64 here. And we'll see, because this could just be, again, the end of a bear market rally if it's just three waves and still could get a retest of these lows. I'd sure like for a real good crude bottom, I'd really like to see him take out these lows one more time. Oh, and I was going to talk about Bitcoin. So, really everything's smoked, right? Crypto, stocks, silver, gold, everything ripped yesterday. And this was feeble. And I talked about it yesterday and said I didn't like it, first of all, because we have a confirmed low here in Bitcoin. And that this really wasn't that impressive of a rally, especially if we start getting back under this low resistance that it broke. I could see a new low coming in Bitcoin. I hear the altcoins are where it's meant to be, but so far this just looks like a correction back to major resistance, and it's turning down again. Ethereum, similar pattern. At new lows, if there's divergences, then we have something. So good hunting today. Good turnaround Tuesday. See you in the room. Bring your best work. Check out Mike's option work. But there's tons of big option flow happening, by institutions and huge traders. So, Michael uses those as a tell, and they are pretty good tell sweeps because people are betting big money in the future, not just now. So with the VIX down here at 17, they're probably better priced too. Let's see. That's going to be it. So remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. If I said it twice, it's twice as good. And I hope that you're learning some things here. And, I was a little gun shy coming in, but I had to pull the trigger on the metal straight. I've been waiting for it for a while. So don't forget tomorrow, Tavi Costa. When he goes on spaces, there's 5,000 people listening to him. You don't get that kind of crowd unless the content that's coming out of your mouth helps people in the markets. Have a great day, everyone. Adios.